He encompassed the whole philosophy of nature. Maharishi expressed the unified force, the same which the scientists are trying to reach, in a very compact and very clear-cut way. It is nothing but 10 dimensions. The whole philosophy of nature within these 10 dimensions, 4 core principles. And there is a problem in the screen. Okay. The static primordial state of the universe, and then the energy particle. The 3 is spreading wave, and the 4th is the universal magnetism. So then with these 4 core principles, 6 results have come out. We know that already. Pressure, sound, light, smell, taste, and finally, in the man, mind. So this is the 10 core principles Maharishi has explained in various contexts and the meetings. And it's available in the book form. So he talked about the unified force is nothing but total consciousness. And he explained what is nature, which is involving everything. The static state is the original state of the absolute space. And he explained the 4 qualities for that absolute space. He talked about the plenum. We say plenum in British English, in American English they say plenum, whatever it is. Vatra iruppu. Visualize of one thing resting on another. And he explained which is a mightier. See, if I am sitting on this chair and the chair should be powerful to hold me. The chair is resting on the floor. The floor should be powerful to hold the chair. Like that, everything, entire cosmos, entire universe is vibrating. It is rotating, but which is supporting it? That is absolute space. So it is mightier than anything in the world you can imagine. Whatever you think of, this is powerful, this is powerful. All powerful is included in the absolute space. And then the evolution took place, universe, so many milky galaxies. We live in this, our solar system. And finally, the ball, the fireball sun, we know, our known sun. Known sun is a small, like a peanut in the entire universe. Not even peanut, you can say a dot. How the earth, this earth is formed, and you know all the transformation, like right from 1 sense, 2 sense, 5 sense, then finally man has come. So when we celebrate our birthday, we call, I am 71 years old now. Oh, I am 71. Somebody is 50, 60, 40. Is that the real age? Maharishi very interestingly explained in that lecture. We are appearing as man, but it is only, again, it is an appearance. It is not permanent. We know that. Nobody, after 100 years or 120, 50 years, none of us will be here. So what is the age? This age is only for when you appear like a man here, that is the age. What we are comprised of, the atoms came from our forefathers, like parents, grandparents, forefathers. And if you go back, the first man, and then he became a man from an animal, then animal kingdom, go to one sense, plants, and then finally go to the first atom came out of the absolute space. So the age when we talk, we are, all of us are from that static state only. So what is the age of the static state? Ageless, endless, nobody can define. That is the absolute space. And that is unifying all the forces emanating from that. So when you talk about age, we can be proudly say, I am like, we say mobile gods we are. Because God in temples, it is in the form of idol. It won't move. At the static state, nothing will happen. But it has all the potential. It is not nothingness. It is everything is from that. But it won't express. Only when it's expressed in the form of the various living inordinate and ordinate things. And in that man is one of them. Forms are getting disintegrated and taking various shapes. Between the seen universe and the unseen Almighty, the unified force, the energy particles is the medium. If you analyze whole world very sharply, you will see it is only particle and space. Particle and space. We know that absolute space is there in each and every basic energy particle in the center. And in between particles, there is space. And the whole thing is within the space. So it is nothing but space and the particle. In computer, you will say that it is 0, 1, 0, 1, like that. The entire cosmos you can think of as particle and space. Now let us look at what is the total consciousness. Maharishi has given beautiful explanations stage by stage by page. I am introducing only today the unified force. This is not a comprehensive talk. This is only a small introduction. Whatever we see from these, the five senses, like from pressure to taste. There is one Tirukkural, Suvai, Oli, Uru, Osai, Natram, Ivvaindin, Vahai Katte Ulagu. Only these five, if you know what is these five, and then the life will be wonderful. So even this pressure to taste, it is all only momentary functions. It is not permanent. You clap, the sound comes, pressure is there, sound comes. Is it staying permanently? No. So when static state moves, the name is changed to dynamic force. Originally, it is static force. Then when it moves, the first atom comes and then masses everything. It becomes a dynamic force. When the atom moves, what it does, we know. It is spreading the waves. It is constantly swirling, and this spreading wave penetratively mixes in the static state in between the particles. When the dynamic wave and static state in together, another fourth dimension comes, that is magnetism. In outside of our body, entire cosmos, we call it as universal magnetism. That is the same thing available in our body as biomagnetism. It's only inside the body we call bio. Outside it is universal. It's the same magnetism. Andathil ulladu, pindathil ulladu. There is a word in Tamil. What is available in universe is within you also. Same, the Panchabhutas, 5 elements, it's inside you also. Everything is a replica. So, when you have to realize all these things, when we had a small brief Duriyam meditation. Go deeply, Duryadidam. It's a wonderful gift from our great master Maharishi. Thoughts are going out, but no sensual activities. We bring back and focus. We realize the life force and the biomagnetism within us. And then Maharishi talked about the nature's drama on universal wave field. Mind exists only as it is working with the 4 dimensions of volume, time, force, and distance. We analyze only with these 4 dimensions. And then when the thought or this wave clashing with touching with the static energy, the absolute space, 5 things happen that we know, we are aware. The first is clash, and then it reflects, it refracts, penetrate, and interact. Modudal, pradibalittal, sidarudal, ooduruval, oodarudal in Tamil. These 5 things happen constantly. And because based on the permutation and combination of this, we have the imprints. We have that will come little later. So we know these 3 qualities, then it happens. Cognition, we perceive things, and then we experience as in 4 forms. If it is in a not in a natural way and doing in the wrong way, pain happens. If the surplus is there and we spend it properly, then it is experienced as pleasure. When it is equal, we have the peaceful level. And when we continue that peace and our mind wavelength brought from beta to delta, it is ultimate ecstasy, we call it. And the third quality, cognition, experience. This is experience, what I explained right now. Then the discrimination. We are able to discriminate things and understand properly. And then Maharishi explained on the perfection of consciousness. When the consciousness within us, then we express, I talk, I think, I interact with people. And he says this, it is based on the 7 values you get. The structure of the body and the character, the wisdom, and the righteous fame, strength, health, and wealth. These 7 values decide, oh, he is a great man, he is a great actor, he is a great politician, all these things. For anybody, anyone in this world, you can analyze in this because of their 7 values, which I told now. And these 7 values come by, it is conditioned by 16 factors. That means you get 16 children in the marriage time, they bless. It's not like that. Maharishi has given beautiful the explanation for these 16 factors. The quality of the sexual vital fluid of our parents, that is the first thing decides. And then the type of food we take. And the time we live, like the historical age. This, we are in 21st century in this computer age, or we passed on to next level. and then the country where we live. Now it is, the whole globe is like a village. I am living in Canada, USA, and India. It's country. The where I am living. Education. Education means that so 4 types of education Maharishi explained. Industry, industrial growth, whatever it is at the time. And then the government under which we are functioning. It is not the same as India or Pakistan. It is not same like Canada and Afghanistan. Like the governments are different. Arts. When you think of arts, you think of Cholas in Tamil Nadu, Chola period, Tanjavur temple, all those things. Perseverance. Alvinai Udamai is the term given by Valluvar in Tirukkural. Perseverance, vitamuyarchi. Age, our age. Friendship we make. To whom we are associated, what kind of friend you have. That will also be another factor. Then environments. I live in cold country, I live in warm country, and it is associated with so many climatic conditions, political conditions, so many things. Environments is a common term. Research. We always Sollal mattum nambadi swiyamai sindithe telivai. That's Maharishi's verses. Research mind. We have to analyze, research. Habits. Whatever stays with you. Habit is a separate topic. I can talk even 1 hour on that. Practices. And then finally the morality. Odukam. So these are all the things he explained under the perfection of consciousness within us. And then he gave a beautiful explanation or the hints for the scientists. The 3 missing links between the philosophy and science. The unified force versus God. Then he talks about the ego. When we get everything one by one, then we say, I am I, mine. And this combination gives you the 6 temperaments. You know that already. So then the missing link comes in the life force. The people don't realize that the life force is the key thing, key factor. And the third is karma theory. Because philosophers don't have instruments to prove it to the world. The scientists have only depending on the instruments and experiments. Beyond that, they cannot accept. They will not agree. Their mind is trained like that. So Maharishi has given the 3 missing links. And then he talked about the education. I told you earlier, I will come back. 4 types of education. Just education means getting my BSc, MSc, PhD, whatever. That's not real. The education is, of course, it is required. Whatever we do is required. That is, first of all, the language skills. Even to enter Canada, I have to pass the test, English test. In that, I have to read, speak, write, listen. These skills are assessed. Based on that only they allot mark, and that is a very key factor in deciding the entries to countries like Canada, European country, America, whatever you. So language, education. And then the work skills, Thodir Kalvi, what you call a job or profession, whatever the name you give, the skills. For that, you have to acquire specified and specialized courses, professional courses. And then the people stop with that. They learn Tamil or English and whatever it is, and then they acquire degree, and then they go start working, they earn money, they marry, they bear children, and that is not life. That is not education. Ending with that. Language, work skills are important. You go beyond that. The laws of, understand the laws of nature, where you are living. Think about the universe and the world where you are living. And last but not least, the moral education, ஒழுக்க கல்வி. The moral education is very important. If you don't, all these things, that is why World War, atomic bomb, and all these mishaps are happening. Einstein and other people cried when the atom bomb was dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki originally. So the morality, that is why Maharishi says, உலகிலுள்ள பொறுப்புடைய தலைவரெல்லாம் உயிரறிவை உள்ளுணர்வாய் பெறுதல் வேண்டும். That kind of leaders should come. That is possible only with the moral education. And then he talked about biomagnetism versus universal magnetism. I don't think that will be a very elaborate topic. And he talked about the thoughts. And the thoughts, I said, the 5 actions takes place. Whatever we think, speak, and do things, everything is getting impregnated and stays in our cells, life force, and our genetic center in our brain cell, and goes to our generation. It is even impregnated in the universe. So the effect of thought and its imprints, he talked in a very elaborate manner. So within this 20 minutes time, I need to give the gist of the unified force Maharishi has given. And the best source is, I think, Arlanandan Ayya has given me that chapter in Journey of Consciousness. Luckily, I found the book here. It contains a very compact chapter which is talking about the unified force, the law of Vethathiri law of unified force. He talked about the 12 principles. I will very briefly go through that and conclude my speech. So first is the absolute space. It starts from that because that is the static state, primordial state, and that is the beginning. And then from that, இறைவெளியே தன்னிருக்க சூழ்ந்தழுத்தும் ஆற்றல் இதன் திணிவு மடிப்பு விழ சுழலும் நுண்மென். You know that Brahmanyana song, that you repeatedly tell yourself and understand that this is all about. From that, the life force comes to man. The magnetism comes. If you don't understand magnetism, nothing will be known to you. So everything starts from, if you understand magnetism, you understand everything. Universal magnetism, the effect on the biomagnetism. And that gives the 6 effects. Thiruvalluvar and Vethathiri Maharishi has portrayed very nicely about this. He only taught what is Gandham. It is not Kandan, it is Gandhan. It is magnetism. It's a very big topic. The 4th is the physical transformation of magnetism, how it is expressed in as a sense, from senses to the 6 effects, physics, sound, pressure, sound, light, and so on, up to mind. And then the 10 dimensions of consciousness, which we already touched. And then it creates mass. Atom, I am a chemistry graduate, I know, I have studied very deeply in physical chemistry. Atom, proton, neutron, electron, all those things. But Maharishi has given the real definition. It is basic fundamental energy particle. Tomorrow the scientists may find some other name and still finer particle they may find out. But he says it is basic fundamental energy particle. According to the permutation and combination of the mass, the combination of this, the mass created the cells, then your bones, your body, outside animals, plant kingdom, the the planets, the solar system, the Milky Galaxy, whatever you say, all permutation, combination, this basic energy particle only. So particle space combined with the different imprints, different combination, the great mass we are seeing. And then the organism outside the absolute space, though it doesn't express openly like a man, because we assume always God means with some form. The formless, it creates everything for us, organism, and the consciousness within us, outside us. It's only one consciousness. That's total consciousness. We are just part of it. That we should realize. And then our behavior, how we, with this kind of imprints and combination, we say. And then the perfection of consciousness he talked about. With this, we can reach the world peace. With world peace he has given, it is possible subject to certain conditions, it is a separate lecture. The weapon merchants will not keep quiet. They will sell all the weapons to all the countries possible and create small wars always. They will keep the world engaged with wars. The world peace will come only with the leaders, right people. The right people will find the right leaders, and then accordingly the governments will form. The world peace is possible only at that time. But it is a continuous and constant process. He initiated at one point of time the humankind. When more people like this Vethathiri, this expresses, realize what is ultimate true thing in the life and what we are, who am I, if they realize, world peace will come. So because of the limitation of time, I just touched the important glimpses of Maharishi's wonderful topic, especially a feast for the scientists, scientific thinking people, unified force. With this, I conclude. And what else I should say now? I should thank Professor Balachandran Ayya. He is our beloved master. He came to Canada and established along with Jayanti Amma and Rajsekhar. I'm thankful to everyone and be blessed by the divine. And Maharishi's twofold principle, I am putting in 4 words. Hurt never, help ever. That's all I want to say now. வாழ்க வளமுடன். Be blessed by the divine. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Professor Varadarajan Krishna Swami. You have very nicely explained on the topic unified force. Initially, you were told about how that is Maharishi has explained scientifically also wherever and whenever required, and about the conference in Los Angeles in the year 1988, where he had actually given nearly 7 lectures, and this was brought into as a book, and this deals about this unified force. And also, our Guru Maharishi has given a very compact and clear-cut way, he has told in a very compact and clear-cut way about this unified force. He is talking about the 4 principles, of which the 4th principle is the universal magnetism, and it is from these comes the pressure, sound, light, taste, smell, and all. And he also talked about the plenum, that is entire universe rotating, and it is supported by absolute space, no doubt. And actually, we are appearing as man, but it is just appearance. And you also mentioned about total consciousness, and that is outside our body. It is known as universal magnetism, and it is within the body. It is biomagnetism, and how our Maharishi has explained about this thought force, that is volume, time, force, and distance, and also how it works, that is class, reflect, refract, penetrating, interact and all. And then about this cognitions, experience, discrimination and all. And also finally I told about the perfection of consciousness, and in which you mentioned rightly about the 7 values and the 16 factors which makes a person a total man. Thank you so much, sir, for your excellent speech. Dear friends, now it is question answer time. Anybody having any questions, you can just raise your hand. We will unmute you.